What if I told you that even a soccer superstar with a net worth of $500 million couldn't escape the tax man? Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the world's most famous athletes, found himself trapped in a sticky situation with the Spanish tax authorities. But here's the kicker. His tax troubles might not be so different from yours. Think about it. If a global icon with an army of financial advisors can stumble into a tax trap, what chance do you have? Ronaldo's case isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a wake-up call for everyone who pays taxes. That's right, I'm talking to you. Here's where it gets interesting. By the end of this video, you'll learn valuable lessons about managing your own taxes and avoiding costly mistakes. Trust me, you don't want to miss this, because when it comes to taxes, what you don't know can hurt you and your wallet. You might assume offshore accounts are just for billionaires and movie villains. But what if I told you that the average Joe could stumble into the same tax traps as a global soccer icon? Ronaldo's story isn't just about celebrity excess. It's a wake-up call for anyone who files taxes. Let's break down Ronaldo's tax evasion strategy. It all revolved around his image rights, the money he makes from endorsements and looking pretty on billboards. Instead of declaring this income like a regular person, Ronaldo set up a web of offshore companies to hide a whopping 14.7 million euros from the Spanish tax authorities. Now you might be thinking, I don't have millions in image rights to worry about. But here's the thing. The principles behind Ronaldo's scheme aren't that different from common tax mistakes average people make. Ever considered not reporting that side gig income? Or forgetting about that overseas bank account your grandma left you? These might seem like small potatoes compared to Ronaldo's millions, but they can land you in hot water just the same. The complexity of Ronaldo's offshore tax scheme initially seemed foolproof. After all, if you can't see the money, how can anyone tax it? Wrong. Spanish authorities dug deep and unraveled the whole thing. Despite his initial denials, Ronaldo eventually had to face the music. He pleaded guilty to 4 counts of tax fraud and agreed to pay a hefty fine. Here's where it gets real for the rest of us. Ronaldo's case shows that no one is above the law when it comes to taxes. If the authorities can catch a global superstar with an army of financial advisors, imagine what they could do with your tax return. It's not about the amount of money involved. It's about playing by the rules, no matter how big or small your paycheck is. But don't panic just yet. Ronaldo's case offers some valuable lessons. First, transparency is key. Trying to hide income, whether it's millions from image rights or a few hundred from your Etsy shop, is never a good idea. Second, when it comes to taxes, complexity often breeds trouble. If your tax situation feels like you need a PhD to understand it, that's a red flag. Red flags are one thing, but courtroom drama is another. Remember when Ronaldo was known only for his goals on the pitch? Well, his biggest score came with a price tag that'll make your jaw drop. And here's the kicker. His story isn't just about celebrity excess. It's a wake-up call that could save your financial future. Let's talk numbers. Ronaldo faced a whopping 19 million euro fine and a suspended prison sentence. That's right. The man who's used to netting goals almost ended up behind bars. But why stop at Ronaldo? Spain's been cracking down on high-profile athletes left and right. Messi, Neymar, even Samuel Eto'o. They've all had their day in tax court. Now you might be thinking, that's all well and good, but I'm not exactly raking in millions from my image rights. Fair point. But here's where it gets real for you and me. The principles behind these celebrity tax scandals aren't that different from the mistakes average folks make every day. Ever forgot to report that side gig income? Or maybe you have a small inheritance sitting in an overseas account you haven't mentioned to the IRS? These might seem like small potatoes, but they can land you in hot water just the same. Ronaldo's case isn't just tabloid fodder. It's a stark reminder that no one's above the law when it comes to taxes. If the authorities can catch a global superstar with an army of financial advisors, imagine what they could do with your tax return. It's not about the amount of money involved. It's about playing by the rules, no matter how big or small your paycheck is. So, what can you do to avoid your own tax penalty shootout? First, take a page from Ronaldo's playbook, but in reverse. Be transparent. Report all your income, no matter how small. Second, keep it simple. If your tax situation feels like you need a PhD to understand it, that's a red flag. And third, don't be afraid to call in the pros. A good tax advisor can save you more than they cost. Remember, when it comes to taxes, playing defense is just as important as scoring goals. Take some time to audit your finances. Make sure all your income is reported accurately. And if you do have any offshore accounts, get professional guidance on how to manage them legally. Let's wrap this up with a reality check. Ronaldo's case isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a wake-up call for everyone who pays taxes. That's right, I'm talking to you. If a global icon with an army of financial advisors can stumble into a tax trap, what chance do you have? The takeaway here is crystal clear. Proactive tax management isn't just for the rich and famous. It's for anyone who doesn't want to end up on the wrong side of the IRS. So next time you're tempted to fudge the numbers on your tax return, remember Ronaldo's $19 million mistake. Here's a thought that might keep you up at night. If Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't outsmart the system, what chance do you have? Don't wait for your own tax penalty shootout. Take control of your finances now, because when it comes to taxes, playing defense is just as important as scoring goals.